Yes, people, morning. Happy Sunday. My eyes look like I've just got out of bed, maybe because I have, to be honest, about 20 minutes ago, jumping in the shower before the show, just to make it for you guys on Sunday. And so are the guests as well, because today's action-packed. Games at 12, games at 2, games at 4:30, and a lot of the big teams are involved as well. So, guys, make sure when you're here, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. You know what it is, man. Every single time, never a foul content. Just a quick plug as well. Tonight, we're going to have another show as well. So a bit like Rivals, Not Virals, but it's going to be after the game. So Cass is going to be doing that tonight. So make sure you just look out on the Never a Foul platform for that as well, because obviously after the games, there might be some people that want to get a little cooking in. So make sure you do that. Guys, like you know, we announced this week, we have got a Never a Foul membership. I think there's over 25 people in there already. So I just want to say a massive thank you from us, the whole team, for those that have joined, been in the Discord, getting involved in it as well. All the guys that are not members, don't worry. The channel still remains the same. We'll still get the content and we still love you as much as everything. But if you do want to become a member on a Sunday, maybe it might give your team a bit of a boost to help them win, then you can become a member down below. In the description, join the membership of the Never a Foul Army. You get the members Discord chat where you can chat to us about anything football, life related, anything you like. A member shout out. We'll make sure we always shout out the people at the end of the show as well. And guys, in the comments, you always get priority on the comments. Well, try and get as many as I can in, of course. Join the call-in show panel. So basically 1 or 2 days a week, we'll be making sure that we do a call-in show as well. So then you guys can get the link to join us on that. And like I say, you don't have to just chat about football. You could chat about anything. And I think it's good actually because it gets you a chance to get closer to us as people as well. We're just normal humans like you guys. And you guys support us so much. So it'd be nice just to catch up with you guys and actually see some of your faces as well. And then automatic entry to the giveaway. So Daps, for example, done one for the Man City Fulham game the other day. For example, we do Man United ticket giveaways. We do shirt giveaways and stuff like that. You guys get automatic entry. So you can join down below as well. I know there's quite a lot of people in the chat already that are members as well. So big up you guys every single time. The NAF Army. But yeah, man, today's all about the football. Daps is going to be joining us soon. Kunle is going to be joining us soon at 11 o'clock as well. But I'm going to go straight into the guests that are here right now and bring them in because we're all ready for some Sunday football. I love it because all our teams are playing. First, I'm going to bring in Spurs Talk Show. Big up, Sean. Big game today, 4:30. You got 6 hours to get your nerves out, basically.
Yeah, I'm after a few drinks, then go for a lie down between like 12 and 3. I was supposed to be going to the game, mate, as I was saying to you backstage, but Tottenham Hotspur, when you buy a ticket last minute off their exchange, they seem to forget to send it to you until last minute, and I haven't got enough time to wait for them, so I think I'm gonna just give it up and watch it from the TV instead.
Yeah, forgetting how to score goals, forgetting how to send tickets. Oh man, but now hopefully you do get one today, man. So big up, and obviously, like I said, this show is going to be an hour long anyway, so we're going to make sure everyone can get time to have a breakfast or whatever in time for the 12 o'clock game. It is mad though, having a 12 o'clock game on a Sunday with a Chelsea Arsenal. Such a big one to have at 12 o'clock. I don't know. Do you know why they've done that, by the way?
I don't know the official reason, but I'd imagine is it like to keep it as early as possible so the bars aren't open for too long, so no one.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Because you get like games like United, Leeds, and blah blah. Certain games they just put early on so people
as early as possible. Yeah. I'm sure if you really want to get drunk, you'll find a way. You just wake up about 4 hours earlier, right? You get up at 6 and start drinking. Then, if you want to get drunk, you can find a way.
True. I'm sure you and the other guests can do that. I'd be plastered if I was doing that from 6. Let me bring her in, man. Big up Kendall every single time. She's smiling there, ready to submit that top 4 spot today. Is that how you feeling, Kendall?
I am ready. I'm actually, I'm chill today. Normally I'm not. I'm actually that could be a bad thing. That could be a very bad thing that I'm.
How do you know what, Sean? How times have changed. Look, going to Southampton. I'm relaxed.
Yeah. It's good though. It's good to have another entrant.
Do sit down. That's it. Manager of the month curse is upon us, and we haven't even won it yet. Seriously, I literally can't. I've probably jinxed it all now.
Oh, I love that. But how you doing? Everything all right as well? You had a good weekend, yeah?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, bonfire night was just yesterday, and we saw nice little segue. Saw loads of fireworks in the Premier League yesterday. Every single actual match result was decided after 80 minutes yesterday, which is exciting. Yeah, it's good. But I've had a good weekend, thank you.
Love that. It's true, actually. I forgot it was firework night yesterday. I was chilling watching the Everton Leicester game in the evening, and it's like, and I was like, what's going on? And obviously in my head, I was thinking, Diwali's just been, and I was like, you know what? The days are going so quick. It's like nearly the 10th of November already next week. You know what I mean? It's flying, man. We're gonna start getting our Christmas trees out soon. But now, big up Kendall.
I've literally just pulled my England flag out. I've got like a big England flag that my granddad gave me during the Euros, and like this is the first tournament because he died last year, and this is the first tournament that he's not going to be here for. So I pulled my England flag out that was his this morning. I'm
Love
gonna hang
that,
out.
man.
Well,
big up, man.
This morning.
Oh, rest in peace, your granddad. He's looking down on you with that, man. Love that, man. That's sick.
He'll be whinging still. He'll be whinging when England play. I know.
At least he ain't whinging about Newcastle, so that's all right.
Exactly, that's true.
Oh, I love that. Big up everyone in the comments as well. So smash the like on the way in. Make sure you do. Join the NAF Army. You can join that there, guys. There's the link at the top of the chat as well. Big up Aman, one of the members. Big up Sid as well. Love that. PK every time. Hope you guys are doing well this morning, man. Big up every single time, man. Trust me, it's an early one. I woke up at 10 o'clock today and I was like, I better jump in the shower quick. Morning AF Army, how we doing all this morning? Yeah, we're all good, man. I haven't eaten breakfast yet though, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit ratty, that's why. Big up Never a Foul, big up Ty, love that. Smash the like button as all. Big up the sports capital as well. Daps is going to be with us soon. He's even logged in to give us a little time update as well. Look at this, you lot. Look at this commitment. Oh my God. I'm late for work, guys. I'm just going to be 5 minutes. Oh, I love it. Nervy times. Hello, Kendall. Good morning. What do we think of Tottenham? Hey, like he's starting. Bailey's confident. I can't be swearing at this time. I don't know what kids are watching at this time in the morning. Hi, lovely. Can you be my girlfriend?
Who's that directed to?
We're not. You know what I mean? Like, no offense. Big up people that do their thing.
Oh, buy me a drink first. Come on, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's not aimed at me. Kendall, are you gonna answer that, or are you just gonna play it off to us two? I'm definitely ruling myself out of this.
If that's directed at me, Matthew, thank you for your question, but unfortunately, I'm in a very, very happy, loving, stable relationship with Newcastle United. So I'm afraid
no room for any more.
It's a no.
Yeah. There you go, man. Great question, though, Matthew. I love that. That's my favourite question of the day. Big up, Daps. Love that. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. And I'm just trying to think. Do you know what? Let's touch on Newcastle first. I think, to be fair, before Daps and Kunle coming, because obviously Kunle's Arsenal anyway, so we'll do Arsenal Chelsea in a bit and stuff like that. But yeah, Kendall, man, you lot are flying. In regards to obviously Callum Wilson, I know there was a bit of team news that he potentially was ill, but he's going to probably make it fit today, which is good news. To be fair, you're lucky it's an illness really, because with Isaac out. But the big one is, you got St. Maximin back in. I think he come on last week off the bench. For me, he's just like a different level player when he's on form, man. Ball carrier, you don't know what you're going to get from him. Energy, tenacious. Look what he was doing to Kyle Walker at the start of the season when you got that result there at St. James's Park. So I think having him back for a game like Southampton away, he might get a start. If not, he might get like 30, 40 minutes, but that's enough to change the game, man. So, yeah, how are you feeling going into today's games, especially because you know that Tottenham are playing Liverpool and Chelsea are playing Arsenal, so you can capitalise either way, man.
Yeah, like we actually, like, depending on obviously our results, like we literally could be third today. That's in, like, that, I'm sorry, that's genuinely insane to me. Like, yeah. So that's like genuinely,
at least for an hour,
insanity.
Genuinely
insane to me. Even if we're fourth, listen, if we're gonna solidify fourth again now, then I'm happy with that. But it's actually like very surprising to me to be sat before a game and like not be absolutely like bricking it basically at every single game. I still am. I'm still got that little bit of PTSD going on, but I'm just more confident that we go away and do something now. But obviously, we can't win every single game. I mean, you can if you're Arsenal 2000, early 2000s, you can. But it's very unlikely that we're going to win every single game. So there's going to be a drop-off at some point. Obviously, Liverpool already, which shouldn't have been a loss. But, yeah, I'm buzzing with everything, the way everything's going at the minute. And to have St. Maximin back and Shelby is back as well. So
big one. He's underrated so much, Kendall, you know. I think he's a baller, Shelby.
Well, Maxi did like a Premier League, like, you know, like when Premier League do like little short videos and they ask the players questions and stuff. And Maxi did an interview like about 2 weeks ago, and the Premier League said to him, if you could choose any player that is on the team right now to play in a five-a-side with you, who would it be? And he said Shelby, because Shelby's the best player at the club. Wow. And I don't know whether it was like a bit of shit
do you know what? That don't even surprise me though.
He's a very good player.
He likes being the main man though, so I think it was like slightly a little bit of shit. Like he doesn't want to say, oh, you know, I want to play with Bruno because Bruno's the best, because Maxi wants to be the best. But But yeah, Shelvey is underrated. So we're at full fitness now at the moment, apart from obviously Isak is not going to be back till after the World Cup, which is that's okay.
But that's going to feel like a new signing anyway.
Obviously, so the longer term injuries. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's now. I just looked at, obviously, I had the Premier League table up there. You've won 4 out of your last 5. In regards to Shelvey as well, Sean, I think when you look at, I'm not saying there's a weakness in that Newcastle team, but if I was to pinpoint an area of improvement, right, I look at that spot next to Bruno Guimaraes, and I know they have Longstaff in there as well. I get it, like he's okay.
Good player as well, though. No, he's a really good player. I think he's underrated as well.
Who, Longstaff?
Yeah.
He gives you that sort of solid 7 out of 10. But in terms of like, when I look at profiles, right, in the Premier League, someone that can pick the ball up deep, like Shelvey reminds me of that Xabi Alonso type, where he can just spray passes, he controls the tempo, and then he would allow Bruno to go forward. Do you think that like having Shelvey back even helps take Newcastle to another gear, or do you think Longstaff, for example, like you're saying, he's underrated, is just as good as him? Because I think Shelvey's a very unique profile now in terms of like midfielders in the Premier League, I think.
No, I hear what you're saying, mate. I definitely, I think the Longstaff, he flies under the radar because he sits there. He's never going to be the shining light when you got Bruno next to him, and then you got the flair players up in front. So I understand why people would think that Longstaff is maybe the area you can improve. And I take your point about Shelvey, but I actually think that Longstaff is actually a fantastic player in and of himself. And when I look at the back 4 that you guys have got, like, you just don't concede. You're so tall. You're so just the shape that you have, the ability to just, like, Tottenham threw everything at you in the game at White Hart Lane a couple of weeks ago in the second half. And it's not just about your ability to just like ride it out and just be there time and time again, just to head the ball clear one after another, but also the kind of maturity that your manager's got into the mindset of the players at the back and how to kind of play the game, how to waste a little bit of time, how to slow the ball down when you're under pressure, how to just take the sting out of it, break down momentum. I really think that your back 4 is the building block in which everything else starts from. And whether Shelvey comes in and gives you that extra push or not, like, yeah, I think he does. And I think he has that a little bit more creativity. But for me, like, I think that if Newcastle can get Isaac back after the World Cup, I don't know why people are sleeping on Newcastle. Like, I think there should be it should be like Adderall, no sleeping.
Do you think, Sean, they're genuine Newcastle top 4 contenders, like genuinely, or do you think you're going to get them much?
They're playing 1 game a week, right? They've got the best defense in the league. They've got some brilliant players all around. They've got just look at like every single player that they've signed. I can't think of a single player that you've signed under your new ownership that has struggled to, acclimatize into the Premier League or into the new system under your manager. I think that Newcastle are a major threat. And if anyone, like Tottenham should be worried, Liverpool should be worried, Chelsea should be worried. I think that Newcastle can absolutely consider themselves a top 4 threat. And why not, go one step further? Because if Tottenham do hang around in the Champions League a little bit longer or go deep in some cups, certainly Arsenal are going to be one of the favourites to go deep on the Thursday night football. Manchester City obviously are going to be distracted. I know that they've got their own, they've got two world-class players for every position, but if a couple of injuries come Arsenal's way or more injuries come to Tottenham's, then we're threadbare anyway. Whereas Newcastle, like I say, every single player you have that you've signed has come in and settled in quickly. And even when you have had injuries, you've managed to get it done. And the start of the season when you were draw specialists, that seems to be got out of the way now. So Newcastle are a very, very strong team. And
I didn't even realise they've only lost 1 this year. Looking at that as well, lost 1.
Yeah, only a Liverpool, and it should never have been a loss. To be honest with you, it was like a stupid last-minute goal that was 3 minutes all the time.
Wow, that's 100% incredible, man. I really understand what your points are saying as well, Sean. Big up everyone in the comments as well. Longstaff is a functional player mostly. Newcastle are definitely a problem. What else here? Look, this is quite a good one actually, especially on my main. Longstaff is the McTominay of Newcastle. Not the best, but a great engine.
Mike, excuse me.
Would you swap him? What, Kendall? Kendall? You wouldn't swap him now?
No. Do you know what? To be fair to Longstaff, to be fair to Sean, like, he is a functional player. Is probably a good way to describe him. He's very hard working. He's improving his game all around. To be fair to him, like 100% he is. The good thing about the midfield at the moment, luckily, is the fact that Bruno and Joe Linton are so on form at the moment that you can put anyone else in that team and they'll be fine. Shelvey will be fine. Longstaff is fine in there. Elliot Anderson, who's only 19, he's absolutely fine in there now. Joe Willock's fine in there. So I think it's just because we've got a basis there, everyone's all right. And Sean,
it's like anyone that comes in knows their role now. Like when Pep Guardiola rotates, and you're like, all right, okay, Gundogan's in. He knows how to play the system. You're a system team now, and that I think that's massive. Actually, do you know what? You've got to give flowers to Eddie Howe, because even like Sean said, every signing's come in And like, big up Bailey for that comment, by the way. Every signing that's coming, it doesn't even have to be big names. They're doing it smart. Like, even when Man City got outbought like 12 years ago, they weren't like spending 60 million on 100 million on players. Like, you're getting a few, 12, 20 million players. And maybe Isaac, because he's long term, you're spending 60 million on them. Like, you're doing it so smart. And I think like everyone's buying into the project. Kendall, I'm going to ask you a question in a sec. Let me just quickly get through a few of these. Likes up to 100 people. Yeah, fly through the likes, people. Make sure you get them up. Man City ain't worried. Newcastle will get top 6. Warren for me as a red. When you say red, I always don't know if people are Liverpool or Man United like me. I hate that when they say red, because I definitely the red side of Liverpool. Stop the rubbish. We don't have 2 World Cup players in every position. Don't know. Oh, there must be arguments among the comments. Maddison in Newcastle's midfield would be scary. Yeah, what a player, man. He needs to go to the World Cup 100,000,000%. In regards to like top 4, Kendall, a lot of people, obviously, like Sean, for example, are saying teams need to be worried. I'm not trying to say I'm downplaying Newcastle, but I'm not worried yet until, that typical Arsenal thing where you say you wait till February, March and you see where Arsenal are really at. Are you in that camp with Newcastle, or are you actually slowly starting to believe? Like, where are you Newcastle fans feeling that? Where are you guys?
I think our expectations are rising a little bit, like week on week, just because that's the way that it's going at the moment. But none of us expect Champions League this year. I don't even think any of us expect European football this year, because I said, and I stand by it categorically, I'm still in the same camp, is if we get 10th, I'm happy, because that's progress to me, and that is all that I wanted at the time. I do think we can get Europa Conference League this year. I'm quite confident in that now. If we don't, then that's me clipped up for the rest of the time. But anyways, I do think we'll get Europa Conference at least. I don't think we'll get Champions League. Don't get me wrong, I really don't. Again, our squad.
Which 4 teams do you think are going to beat you to it?
I think it'll be
mad hard, that question, isn't it?
Such a hard one.
It is hard, but I think it. To me, Champions League specifically, a lot of the time comes down to experience. So you are in the last stages of the tournament, in the last stages of the league, and the final games that need to get you in that position. I think a lot of it comes down to experience, which I think Arsenal missed out slightly on last year, because the players just weren't experienced in that, just pushing that last step to get there. Arteta wasn't as well, so I think a lot of it comes down to that. I think obviously Man City and Arsenal get it this year, because at this point they're going to have a dramatic fall off to not continue, which I don't think will happen. And then obviously there's 4, 5, if you want to include us, more teams fighting for that last 2. So I think it's actually hard, because I did back Spurs to come second this year in the league, to be fair. We've been rubbish at the start of the season. And I think I wasn't alone in that. A lot of people did, because I thought the signings were decent. I thought, Conte has the experience, but then you watch them and it's not like, I know everyone keeps using this term, it's not sustainable football. That's fair enough. It's not pretty football, but it's working. So I don't think anyone needs to be worried about that. But yeah, it is a hard question. But at the beginning of the season, to be fair, I did have Liverpool in there as well. But
they might come. Do you know what? That World Cup break
could
do wonders. Yeah, man. Really
they might. But at the moment, I think it'll be Man City, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United. That's what I think.
God, yeah, you good Sunday morning. That's what I like.
Just because every time he's got that little extra over Graham Potter in terms of, again, experience. He knows how to navigate a league. He knows how to win a league. He knows how to navigate Champions League as well. So that's my reasoning. But yeah, cheeky Jacob Murphy in the Champions League next year. I'll be like,
yeah, can you imagine? I know. Oh, big up everyone. I'm gonna get Daps in as well. He's waiting. 93 watching, 60 likes. Come on, guys, make sure you run up those likes, people, because it helps us reach new audiences as well. Big up Thunder Road for the comment, man. Let's get this up to 100 likes. We're only 19 minutes in. We're already on 60 likes. So big up, people. Nearly 100 of you here on a Sunday morning at 10:52. I'm not gonna lie. Probably half our subscribers could be asleep still. So honestly, you lot being here at this time in the morning, big up every single time. Sid says Kendall, Europa League, Conference League to build and would be good. I agree. I actually said that Newcastle will be top 10 this year, Europa League next year, then Champions League the year after. So you're running ahead of time, and I think that's what all Newcastle fans admit at the moment. Yeah, I think they'll at least get Europa. I just joined now. Big up Le Mans. Thank you for joining just now every single time. Big up Viking as well. Big up Captain Harris. And just quickly before I bring Daps in, Kendall, Mike says, good question. What positions would you want to fill in the next 2 windows? So give me your 2 or 3 next main positions you want Eddie Howe to buy in.
It's probably a funny thing because when you're not doing so well as a team, like you can pick out positions that you're not doing well in easier, because like at the moment I'm so sentimental about this squad. I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to see anyone leave like at this stage. Whereas before I'd be like, look, I will drive you to the airport. I will drive you wherever you need to be. I'll drive you there. But because Eddie Howe's, I know everyone always brings up the money argument, and that's fair enough. We have spent a lot, but it's because we haven't spent a lot of money for like 10 years. So
big up Mike Ashley, right? Big up Mike Ashley for keeping you sustainable.
No, sure, nice. But yeah, the players that he's improved in, like Almiron, Joelinton, like is just honestly next level. So big up to Eddie Howe. But yeah, positions like I want James Maddison. I don't care what we do. I want James Maddison. As the first time I went through the door in January, we were after him in the summer, and it was very, very close to being done. But then we messed about a bit basically, and was like 10 million below the asking price, which was stupid. So I want James Maddison in January. So yeah, attacker midfield, that's what I want. I know Almiron's on form, but I really want another winger. Because
I agree.
He's on form, but I just need that backup. We don't have a backup. Jacob Murphy's our winger backup. Ryan Fraser's our winger backup. Do you know what I mean? So that's not good enough. And for me, it would have to be one of the two. Well, to be honest, both fullbacks. Oh, I'm just knocking off. It would have to be one of the two fullbacks because, well, to be honest, both fullbacks, because we only have Kieran Trippier at the moment, and kind of Dan Burn is playing at left back at the moment, and Matt Targett's there as well. But I just think to take us to the next level, we really need to strengthen them. So yeah, that would be the fullbacks and attacking midfielder.
Love that. Big up everyone for the questions as well. I'm going to get Daps in now. Good morning, Abdi Ali as well. As well, 5:53 in the States. Yeah, you know what? Thunder, you're committed. That's crazy. That's the time I get up for work, to be honest, as well. So that is major commitment. Love that, man. Thank you for watching. Big up Mama Flossie as well. Says morning as well. Good morning to you as well. Every single time. Let me bring in Daps right now.
At last, you said it about 4 times. Let me just bring Daps in. And
do you know what it is? You said to the comments 5 minutes, and you were like 12 minutes. So I said, nah, do you know what? Let me make you wait a bit longer. You know what I said, Daps? You know what I said, Daps? You would have cracked up. I was like, oh wait, one sec. I was like, yeah, Daps is coming up. Like, I'm gonna tell him off. He's late for work.
Bro, Cass is a dickhead, you know.
What? 10:30?
10:30 on the show that he's not on.
Yeah.
Me
Anyway,
and you were scrambling. I woke up at 10:05 and I was like, no message from Daps. I was like, I'm definitely awake and he's not yet. I knew it.
Oh,
what time do you guys go to bed that 10 o'clock in the morning is your wake up time?
Bro, I need layings, man. I get up so early midweek. Yeah, Daps is the same. We like sleep, Sean. Don't tell me you're
my alarm didn't go off. That's what it was. My alarm didn't go off.
I've been awake for hours. Yeah.
Are you one of them, Sean? Like your body clock just you guys makes you get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning on weekends?
Well, no, like sometimes I have to speak to. I've got a lot of clients in Australia and things, so sometimes I have to get up at like 5, 4, 3 o'clock in the morning to speak to them. So I can just.
Wait, you're on Babe Station?
Yeah, that station, something like that. Yeah.
International Babe Station.
I've got a personal alarm clock in a 5-year-old, so yeah, that's great. I don't need an alarm because 6 o'clock every day. It's like hello. Yeah,
human alarm clock.
Oh man, I respect it, man. Yeah, see, today was a battle for me, but we done it. We made it, and there's still 100 people here as well. That's what you say, man.
Happy just a quick one. By the way. Kendall was giving Eddie Howe the credit for Almiron. No, he needs the credit. It's
Jackie Grealish.
It's Grealish.
Some of you don't want to be hoping that Jack Grealish slates your players because we've had a little remontada. Get Jack Grealish on the go. He might be like a little
I'm not gonna lie, Kendall. Would you swap Grealish for Almiron or would you keep it?
Nah, I'll keep Almiron.
Wait, put a fry up your egg.
No, we'll keep Grealish.
That slap in the face to Grealish. That is wowzers.
No, I
heard Man City fans said they would want Almiron over Grealish now.
Who?
I don't know.
Tell me one.
A certain someone.
Who? There ain't no City.
That's just gonna have like a quiet word after this.
I know. That's gonna don't do that on a live stream. Get my City fans believing that. Now I'm only pulling your leg. Don't worry, guys. He's a Grealish fan, man. He's even got the headband on order as well. But now
got one to be fair.
Oh, I love that. If Ty had a son, he would call it Marshall. All right, don't start coming for me, you lot. Allow it. But now, Daps, you know what?
Ty, hold on. That's not even a lie. Real talk, that is not a lie at all, is it?
Do you know? I might just call it the middle. I might have it in the middle name. To be fair, that would be
Yeah,
fun.
you would. No. Don't act like you're joking, bro.
No. Do you know what? The missus hates my love for Martial, so she would not allow it. She's like, you love him more than you love me. I'm like, cool. That's the way it's got to be.
My brother's middle name is after my dad's favourite footballer, which is Shea Given. So my brother's middle name is Shea because after Shea Given.
Okay, that's quite a nice name though, Shea. Not the given part, because you could be giving anything away. But yeah. But no, that's quickly though.
I'll call my next kid, like whatever, Guimaraes.
Miguel,
Bruno,
yeah.
Bruno, yeah.
Bruno, yeah.
Rowan. Oh, but now Daps, we're going to go on to Tottenham in a sec. But just quickly, how serious, by the way, now you're looking at the league shaping out, we're about a third of the way through. How serious do you think Newcastle are to top 4 contenders? Real talk.
Look, I was the one saying it in all summer in our Premier League predictions that Newcastle are the one team that United, I think at the time it was probably United, Arsenal, Tottenham, I was saying need to be careful of, because from January till May, they were third. They strengthened. Eddie Howe's had longer. Bruno's been there longer. So for that reason, I always thought they could break the top 6 this season. I said everyone's saying a couple of seasons time.
Yeah.
There is a dark. My opinion was they could this year, because we have to remember in January. Like, I know Arsenal fans are saying they're strengthening. I think a lot of teams will go out and hit the market in January. The one team that 100% will, Arsenal's board is saying they're going to put some money in and whatever, a lot of money. Newcastle will. It's not a debate. They will. Like, if Newcastle's owners think, fuck me, we could actually get Champions League football 2-3 years ahead of the curve, they're going to do it. Like, 100%.
How much have they spent already since they've come in?
About 211 million.
Right, so if you double that for the size of the contracts, right, so that's about 400 million. I'm pretty sure that was their FFP allowance. So I don't know how much more money they can really spend in the next 2 years without putting them in breach, right?
But Sean, because of FFP, FFP's every 3 years, I believe, in it. Is it?
The review is, but it's a rolling rolling target, yeah.
So, but if you imagine if they get Champions League football, if they could do it, they could spend more based on the fact that
they're going to get another 100 million
football.
Revenue. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm not saying they can't spend anything. I'm just saying that they probably they couldn't spend another 300 million in the next summer.
Well, the beautiful thing is, you see,
be in trouble.
I hear you. I do hear you, but that is a really good, honest opinion. But you see these oil clubs, yeah.
I know, yeah, they hide the money. Like most clubs have the struggle of trying to find the money. Like the oil clubs have got the problem of trying to hide the source of money. Like that's their problem.
No problem at all. It is no problem at all. Kendall, let your board spend as much money as they want and get you
Shell corporations with nobody there that suddenly sponsor the club for 100 million. Yeah, it's all very underhand stuff. But yeah, good luck.
Get some better. Oi, listen, Tottenham, fix the fuck up and get some better lawyers. That's all.
Yeah, we're going to move on to Tottenham now. Actually, guys, I see the team news out for Chelsea and Arsenal. If you guys can write out the teams, I can just bang them up in the comments. If not, I'll find it on Twitter anyway and share the screen. But if you guys can bang it up like you normally do down below, that'd be brilliant. But Sean, we're going to go over to Tottenham because today's a massive game. I've done a preview actually on Never Foul the other day, which was actually a really good preview, and it's funny because it's like both teams didn't want to give too much away. Like no team wants to put their neck out on the line and say they're going to win it. Yeah. And that's the type of feeling that is going into the game. Liverpool beat Napoli in a week. They're coming into a little bit of form in terms of like Salah's starting to score under the radar. Núñez is picking up a couple of goals. But then you're finishing top of your Champions League group, whether people think it's lucky or not. You're then third in the league at the moment. But then you've got Kulusevski back. But then Son's out. There's so many little twists and turns that are happening right now. So, yeah, man, let's talk about this game. Because I think for both teams, I think before the World Cup, whoever gets the 3 points here, it's quite a big 3 points, if I'm totally honest.
It's a massive 3 points. Look, I'm pretty shameless, so I'm happy to go out and be ridiculous with my predictions and then just find a way to get around it in the next show. But for me, I feel like there's a bit more news has come out regarding our forward line. So I don't think Decky's going to start, or Kulusevski. I don't think he's going to start. I think he might be getting like 20 minutes at the end, depending on need or whatever. But on top of that, Lucas Moura, who's been playing injured, he's obviously been out for 6 weeks. But Conte said that he's been, and he himself said as well, he's basically his tendon in his ankle is not fixed, and that every single day he's on some level of pain on the spectrum, whether it's mild or incredibly painful. He didn't train on Friday because he was in agony apparently. So I don't even know if we've got 2 recognised forwards to even put out. Like one would be Harry Kane, and the only one that would be left, if it's true about Lucas Moura, even if it was just Lucas Moura, it's a bit of a weird front two. And then you've got, if Lucas Moura's not there, you're going to have Bryan Hill, who he hasn't played he hasn't started a game for Tottenham for since the Conference League when he was embarrassing. So for me, like, it's a real problem. I feel like the way that Tottenham can get a result out of this game, if I'm entirely honest, I was saying this yesterday on my preview video, I think that Tottenham need to find a place in the team for both Perisic and Sessegnon, but I don't want to see Perisic on the right. You need to see Sessegnon.
What about playing Perisic in the front 3 though? You haven't got the option today.
Yeah, well, I'd actually rather see him play probably in a front 2. I know it'll be the slowest front 2 ever, but I'd like to see Perisic play with Kane up front as a 2. Perisic on the left. Sessegnon on the left, because I think you need Sessegnon on the left to handle, or at least to try to quash the threat of Salah and Trent. In the same season in the same fixture last season, Salah was trying to get out of Sessegnon's pocket from the first minute to the last. So you need to see Sessegnon in that position because Perisic will get torn apart by Salah and Trent. But you do need Perisic on the pitch for the free kicks, for the set pieces, the corner kicks. The guy's got 7 assists this season from set pieces. And look, Tottenham are going to struggle to create things today without Sonny, without Decky starting, without any kind of natural aggressive forward player apart from Harry Kane, who's like absolutely exhausted. So for me, I think if Tottenham are going to get any joy out of the game, it's probably going to come from a set piece. And then whenever that happens, whether it's the first minute or the 90th, you need Perisic on the pitch for that. But I don't want to see Perisic on the right because I think Robertson will tear him inside out. So I think you have to put him up front. Now, then the idea is, do you go 3-4-3 and then you have Lucas Moura, Perisic and Kane up front, or Hill, Perisic and Kane up front? But if you do that, then you're forced to have Bentancur and Højbjerg play off against whatever the likely midfield 3 is, which I think will probably be Henderson, Thiago and Fabinho. And I think if you just have those 2 in there, they're going to get pinned in, penned back, and probably struggle, right?
To gauge, isn't it?
So if you play Bissouma, go on, mate. Yes. Yeah,
Karen, go on, play Bissouma. Go on.
Yeah, I was saying if you play Bissouma in the midfield, and you go 3-5-2, then Bissouma can maybe try and quash the threat of Fabinho and try and wrap up Thiago or Henderson, and then you can allow Bentancur and Højbjerg to be a little bit more liberal with their positional play, a little bit more creative, and those guys have contributed quite a lot in terms of goals and assists this season by having that ability to move forward. So it's a really tough one from Tottenham. I think the best way to do it is probably 3-5-2, Perisic and Kane up front, Bissouma, Højbjerg and Bentancur in the middle, Sessegnon on the left, and then Emerson on the right. And then, unfortunately, again, at the back, we've got experiments. We're going to have to play Davies on the left, Longley in the middle, and Dyer on the right. So it's not going to be easy.
Hey.
I'm worried about the game, but that's probably the way I'd set up if I was Tottenham manager.
Yeah, I can understand. I think with Son out, it is a bit of a worry. I'm going to put my neck out the line before I bring in Kunle, and then obviously Daps, Kendall can have their say on the big game as well. I think Liverpool win today. Is it Kunle?
Yeah. Kunle, yeah.
Oh, Kunle, man saying Kunle. Oh, my days. Disrespect out here, man. Sorry to Kunle, man. You know what? Probably I'm just going to use the excuse. My name begins with a T anyway, so it's calm. It's calm. But
it's the shittest excuse I've ever heard. What do I call him, Kunle?
It's 11 o'clock in the morning, man. Come on, man. Let me off, man. Let me off. I'm going to bring in Kunle in a sec, though. Big up every single time. I'm going to put my neck out on the line. I think Liverpool win today. I'm just going to say it straight. I don't think that this Spurs team has enough firepower to outscore Liverpool. And I know that Liverpool are not the same team in terms of their legs have changed a bit in midfield. They're not that same energetic team. I think when we saw them against Arsenal in the second half, me and Daps were like, raw, like their legs have changed. The energetic, heavy metal football is just not right, like quite there at the moment. But I just feel like with Núñez, Firmino, who loves a goal at Spurs as well, you got Salah there. I just feel like in terms of when they create chances, I think they'll just have a bit more than Spurs to put the chances away. And one thing that's concerning me about Spurs as well is that they're going behind a lot in games as well. Like I think 4 in the last 5 games, Spurs have gone behind. And I know that Liverpool's defense isn't the best this season, but I feel like if you go behind against Liverpool, the more you come onto them, the more likely it's going to play into someone like Darwin Núñez and Salah's hands. But I'm going to bring in Kunle as well, man.
Hold on, just quickly on that, I agreed with you, yeah. Until yesterday on the stream, and I was sat there, we were talking about it for a while, And before I was saying I see nothing but Liverpool win, but I don't know why yet. And you know when you get that feeling and you do not know why at all. Because if I do, I have a feeling Spurs are going to get something out of it. You know, I just think Conte is going to pull off a masterclass.
Swear.
Yeah, I don't. It's not based on nothing.
Set pieces, mate. Set pieces.
It's just something. It's just
Wow.
Banter.
I agree with that.
You're lucky, by the way. I saved the Arsenal game for after this one, so you can come in and talk about it. So don't worry, I done it nice.
Oh yeah, now my people, is your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you got to understand. And I want to hear no bass in the voice from any Tottenham fans on this stream. You lot are losing today. You don't have the facilities, big man.
Hold up. Listen, I've heard that.
How it goes. Did my guy really talk about playing Perisic and Kane up front?
Yeah. Yeah, well, listen, on this channel,
it's all bad.
On this channel, I've been a part of this channel for about a month now. Every single week I turn up, and every single week I'm told by you lot that we're going to get absolutely battered. We're going to get destroyed. We'll be playing Thursday nights real quick. We ain't going to get a result against this team or that team. And yet, time and time again, we seem to get it done. So, like, you guys are our good luck charm.
Like against us, right?
That was before. I didn't know you guys. That was before.
Yeah?
That was also before.
Welcome one touch to the stream, mate. I'm not gonna lie, Kunle, boy, one touch. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as well. His channel's down below as well. Spurs Talk Show down below. Kendall's channel down below as well. I'm not gonna lie, Kunle. 11 o'clock. You got energy like this on a Sunday, boy. Yeah, you're ready.
Brother, I've just given them praise and worship, glory, Lord, and all that stuff. You know how it goes on a Sunday.
Ready, man. Love that.
And it's Kunle, not Tunde. We're not all the same, brother, right?
I know, bro. I flopped that one.
You're gonna get Ty cancelled.
I know, man. Hey, what a way to come on my first stream with him as well and do that, man. That's disrespectful.
Big up, everyone.
Man. What do you say, Daps?
Good, Kunle.
What do you say?
I said, are you good, Kunle?
Yeah. Thanks, Daps. Appreciate you getting the name right and all that. You know what I'm saying, man? We're good. You lot are back at the top of the league. It's up to us to take it back today, innit?
Love that. Yeah, listen, but you know what? I've just seen the team news, Daps, as well. Actually, let me whack that up quickly.
Yeah, I've just seen it as well. Someone put in the live chat, no Saliba. So I was like, really? Went and had a look.
Yeah, you know, Cheek, Mount, Sterling, Havertz, Aubameyang.
Bum cheeks are starting.
Interesting, and then Arsenal.
Another game of bum game of bum slap.
Zinchenko starts. I don't know about that.
I don't know why someone put
Whoa. Pardon?
I don't know about that because he's not played any minutes for a while, man. I would have started.
That could be the only reason. Put some respect on his name.
Nah, Tierney's still the best left back at our club, man. Zinchenko's a baller, but for me, Tierney's still the best left back at our club.
Boy,
I respect Zinchenko. He gives us
No. I'd take that as a left back. Zinchenko's a system player. He is not a left back. He's still not a left back. People can call him a left back. His chosen position is not left back.
He drops into midfield so much, man. He's just and then Ben White goes into back three. But let's get Daps and Kendall. Let's get your thoughts on the Tottenham Liverpool game before we go into the Chelsea Arsenal one.
I'll go that way.
Because 150 people here. Make sure you are liking the video, guys, and pushing us out to new people, man, every single time. But yeah, Daps, go on. What are your thoughts? So you think Tottenham scrape something?
Yeah, I don't know what it is because when on Matisse's channel on Monday, he asked he was asking our predictions on the next two Liverpool games, and at that point they still had Napoli, and then they had Napoli, and then today, and I was like, I want all three. Give me their third game because that's the one they lose. I think big games they can get up for. That's not an issue at Liverpool no more. Like we've seen that they got up for the City game. They've got up for the Napoli game.
What are you saying that Tottenham's not a big game?
No. So they will get up for this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are saying.
But it's the one after. It's the Southampton. That's the one where they got points. They are like Leeds now. You see how Leeds got up for Liverpool? But then they're shit in all other games. That's Liverpool now. They can get up for City. They can get up for Tottenham. Other teams will just go to their ground and take the piss. So they're just a. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. I see.
We're playing at home. We've only lost one game.
Yeah, I think that is one thing I said. Is
but the Fortress,
but who was the team? But the team that beat you was
Kendall. Tell him who beat him.
That's what I was about to say. Who dropped the L on them?
Yeah, but we didn't play 90 minutes that game. That game had the
was it too rainy?
No, it was like the ball was only in play for 52 minutes. It was the record
Probably
lowest.
because
amount.
of you lot.
No, it's because of them lot. It's because of them lot.
Ty,
rolling
this
around
game,
for every 30 seconds.
Ty, this game, yeah, these two clubs right now, Tottenham and Liverpool, are so suited, right? Firstly, you've got the fucking excuses already coming out, right?
No,
Secondly, the injuries. Like, if I've watched, I don't know if you watched Big Six on Friday, but Tobes and Grizz, yeah. Saeed was baffled. He was sat there, like, kept going, like, what is going on? It was a mid-off. It was a definition of a mid-off, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Neither of them wanted to win it, but both of them talking about injuries constantly. If we're being real, I do understand from Tottenham's point of view. They haven't got Romero, which is massive. And then they haven't got Son. They haven't got Richarlison. I think
most improved centre-back in the league, Dyer, no? That'll be all right.
I'll fuck off on Dyer. Not even that. He's shit. He's always been shit. I'm one of the most baffling things. I'm not for Tottenham fans. You can make me fall for some things. I'm not falling for Eric Dyer being anything but shit. For me, his best thing to claim is that he's still a DM being played out of position. That's the
preach.
But yeah, I think the last one is Kunle. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, definitely.
Just say Kulu then. Say Kulu.
Kulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't play, they ain't got a chance, have they? But if he plays, I think they could just pull off a.
They can sneak a draw, right?
Yes, they can sneak a draw.
Bro, do you know what? If Sean, you're right, yeah, you're saying that Kulusevski's coming on with 20 minutes to go. I'm not gonna lie, Liverpool could be 2 up by then. That's the damage. The damage is done. Then you're bringing him on. I don't think he's really gonna have too much to change it just in the way Spurs play. That's what I personally think. What do you think, Kendall? Before we go over to Chelsea, Arsenal, are you sort of like with Daps where you're thinking Liverpool could do it, but then you think Spurs might sneak it, or you like neck on the line, bang, this team is gonna get the 3 points today?
Yeah, they're both just very, very similar at the minute. So it'll be hard. I genuinely think it will be hard to pick a winner. I think it'll end up being a draw. That was my opinion. Straight off the bat, but obviously Liverpool seem to pull out of results when they need to in the best situations. So they pretty much usually do that. Look at him. He's just silently in the corner there doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a draw. Because just based on how I've watched both teams play this season, played them both already. So yeah, I think it'll be a draw.
You weren't impressed by either, were you, Kendall?
No, I wasn't.
Listen to the chest from Kunle.
So, you know,
Yeah, Kunle, you're
impressed.
mad confident on Liverpool, innit? You're like,
There's no doubt Liverpool winning this game. Darwin Núñez is scoring one, and maybe a little cheeky goal for Curtis Jones, man. First goal.
Man said, oh my, you're taking that, Curtis.
Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones.
Sean, man. Hey, Sean, you're letting
I saw a comment on Twitter
oh
last week, and it was like, if Curtis Jones wasn't a footballer, he'd work in a warehouse.
Watch, Núñez is going to score a screamer, not even like a tap-in, a screamer today against Spurs. Remember where you heard it first?
So is Aubameyang. Aubameyang's going to bang in a hat-trick.
It's like the Lacazette thing. I remember
like 2 years ago,
Lacazette wrapped one at the
it's going to be Obama bang. Obama bang again. And then Obama bang one more time today, bro.
No, it's nothing personal. Nothing personal.
It became personal after that video, but fuck Aubameyang.
He's back and he's blue, innit?
We've got to get into that one, man. Perfect time. I said we've got a nice 20 minutes for that. Like Cassim here, big up Cassim time. Just a quick plug, guys. Tonight we're going to do a show after the games. What? Someone got fireworks going off in their yard?
Sorry, bro. That's me.
Oh, that's all right. No worries.
Ty's got like fireworks.
See how this guy's stereotyping? Now he thinks you're Balotelli, bro.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, mate.
Nah, bro. If Kunle's got fireworks going on,
ticket next. You get me?
Listen, Kunle. If you've got fireworks going off in your yard ahead of games, I want to come over and get hyped as well, man. So don't worry, I'll be there. 3 tickets. But big up, man. Everyone, if you want to become a member as well, make sure you can join the link below. Just a quick plug: you can become part of the members Discord chat. Member shout outs on the channel as well every time in the comments and stuff like that, and after the shows. Join the call-in show panel. So 1 to 2 weeks, 1 or 2 every week. Sorry, we're going to do a call-in show, and basically you can just chat to us as people, man. It doesn't even have to be about football talk. It can be about anything, mental health, life itself, getting to know us, getting to know you. So definitely be great to get you guys involved in that on the call-in show, and also automatic entry to giveaways. So Daps done one the other day for Man City Fulham. We're now going to do other things as well. So it could be like shirt giveaways and stuff like that. So you'll get automatic entry to the giveaways as well. But one thing I want to make clear, and I'll say it all the time, is that it is optional. When we started this channel, we done it because we wanted just to have something to do with the mandem, good for our peace of mind and everything. So you guys get all your content still remains the same. And if you haven't a member, you're still valued as much as ever, man. But yeah, that option is down there below to become a member. And make sure you're also subscribing to the channels of the panel. Great Sunday morning. You know, they're coming on here showing the energy in that Spurs talk show, One Touch TV, and Kendall as well. And run up the lights because nearly 200 here. Daps, go on.
Right, let me jump in here before we hand over to Kunle. Kunle, listen, brother. Yesterday, you saw the reason why there's only one place that fucking trophy's going, right? And I'm genuinely, I want your opinion on this now, yeah? Because what I saw yesterday, obviously, there's an obvious thing of when you've got Haaland, when you've got De Bruyne, any game can be spun on its head like that. But the real thing, I think, in our group, I said about the Southampton game, yeah, where for me, it's that type of thing. They're the type of games where you must turn that 1 point into 3 points. Now, yesterday, I don't know if you saw in the Rivals Not Virals chat, but when it was 1-1, I said, we have to just keep going. And if we don't get 3 points, we're not showing the heart of champions, right? We have to keep going. And that was before we scored. When we scored, I was like, there you go. And this is the thing. People were coming out and saying, oh, it was a weak penalty. You're right, it was a weak penalty, but there was contact. So by the letters of the law, that was a penalty. You could spin it round and say, if you're a Man City player and you've had 1 goal ruled offside, next minute the ball goes to the other end, a player gets sent off, they score a penalty, you then think you scored to equalise, and that gets chalked off as well. You could easily think as a City player, do you know what? Fucking hell, we ain't getting this today. And at the end, just blame the referee, like Arsenal did against Southampton. Alternatively,
I'm not gonna lie, no one cares about City today, bro.
No, bro.
We don't care about that. We literally do not care about that.
How you doing?
What the hell is that?
Bro, you lot
Kunle.
Bro, you lot are gonna win the league. There's no debate there.
Right, so Kunle, this is the thing though.
Kunle's giving me jokes.
Can you see now? Yeah, you man need to. This is the difference between us and you, man. You man need to learn to do that, because I saw a lot of Arsenal fans yesterday after the City game coming out, and you man seemed deflated yesterday.
Not me personally, because these Arsenal, I tell you what, these Arsenal fans, some of them are in that bubble that we can actually win this league, innit? So that game probably upset them. Me, I know we're finishing below City, so I don't care about what happens in City right now. I'm telling you that until you lot get double figures league titles, I don't care about City. You lot are my best mates.
Bro, we're not hold on a second. Double figured league titles.
Yeah. It's not happened yet, bro. Trust me. As soon as it happens.
No, it hasn't happened yet, but
then you lot, I'll take you lot seriously. For now, you lot are my best mate.
We're pretty fucking close now, bro.
I know. It's getting there, but we're not there yet.
I reckon I'm gonna quickly Google it. I reckon this is maybe our 9th.
Nah, 8. This would be your 8. I think you're on 8.
So this will be our 9th.
Yeah, this will be your 9th.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Probably by the end of next season, we'll have our 10th. So there we go. Then you can start worrying.
Hey. We'll have a different market of players then this summer, Daps. So calm down.
Yeah, cool.
You know, Arsenal fans, do you genuinely believe like the delusional things you say? Like, do you actually like genuinely like believe it?
Okay, Kendall.
Kendall.
I said that was delusional just now. I said City are gonna win the league, and City are gonna win the league, and we're not in any sort of title challenge right now with them. Like, what did I say that was delusional here?
No, I don't think you. I mean, in general.
Okay,
like,
our fan
fans,
base. Yeah, 100%.
Do you actually believe it, or is it like a thing, like because you're at Arsenal, like? Is it just a facade, like a thing that we have to be positive and like think that we're the best all the time?
No, do you know what it is? Yeah, I think a lot of fans on social media haven't gone through the pain properly, so they're just overexcited, isn't it, all the time? I've seen this Arsenal movie numerous seasons, innit? So I don't get too hyped too early. Like I know for a fact, I can say for a fact we're finishing in the top 4. 1,000%. I'm very confident about that. But when they're talking about winning the leagues, it's mad to me. Like, how are you going to jump from 5th to winning the league because you had a decent summer? It's not going to happen.
Do you know what it is?
I tweeted yesterday being like, oh, you know what? Arsenal might actually win the league, lol, right? And this Arsenal fan straight away was like, oh, you think we're Southampton or something? Like, you're acting like we've never done this before. Like, why is that so funny to you? Are we a joke? I was like,
do you know what it is? Do you know what the maddest thing is, yeah, as well? Because when Arsenal, at the start of the season, when Arsenal's expectations were just to get top 4, which it still is, because they're now top and whatever, they're kind of over-exceeding. And what people are doing is they're forgetting that Arsenal's original aim was top 4 anyway. But because they're top now, what's going to happen, Kunle, is, yeah, and this is no disrespect to Arsenal, because I actually feel sorry for you fans, yeah, because in 2 months' time, when you're like 3rd or 4th, people are going to say that you flopped the league, but you haven't. You're still on target.
Bro, do you know what? I've kept saying this. Don't do that. So I've been saying
I know where he is.
You're getting ready for the watch-along, innit?
Yeah, you're setting up the watch-along, innit?
Yeah. That's in the background. Sorry, guys, if it gets a bit noisy.
But you get what I'm saying, though? People are going to start flipping the targets.
What everyone's trying to do on social media is trying to force us to say we're title challengers, we're going to win the league, so they can change the narrative. They can change the narrative like in May. Oh, you lot underachieved. You got picked to City. Like, no, we're not competing with City. That's when I hear Daps saying stuff, I'm like, big up City. They're going to win the league. I ain't got no qualms with that. Next season, after a good summer, who knows? We might be having some different conversations. But as of now,
you've already changed it.
Not under 11.
You've already changed. Literally 5 minutes ago, you said once we've got the players we've got next season, it's a different story. Now you're like, well, maybe if we get the players, then it might be a conversation next season.
Okay, so no.
How much more money can you spend?
Get the players, then it's a different conversation. But if we don't, it's not.
Yeah, them caveats there. I get it. Them caveats there. I get it. I respect it. You're not leaving receipts. I get it. Listen, just quickly. I googled, yeah, because I thought I need to check this. I googled how many leagues have Man City won, right? And I got bare excited. I don't know. You probably can't see that, yeah? You see that?
10.
Said 10.
No, but it's more important what it said below that.
Can't see that bit.
4 Champions Leagues.
Bro, I was mad excited, you know. We've gone forward, the bastard. You know what I mean?
Google's messing with you.
You know what, though? What about this game today, though? Because I know we can get gassed and talk about the Arsenal titles, but like, I tell you, I'm gonna throw it out like this, and then anyone can jump in. Anyone got Chelsea to win today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
I needed someone. I needed some like Chelsea prop to make to stir the pot. Talk to us, Sean.
I just think it's written in the stars. I just feel like, you know, if Aubameyang gets an hour, I feel like he's got a point to prove. I feel like he's going to have some. It's going to be spicy. There's going to be mistakes. I think if the weather stays the way, I don't know what it's like in West London, but I'm about an hour and a half west of there, and it is like absolutely horrible outside today. So I think it's going to be slippery. I think there's going to be mistakes galore, and on that sort of that evens the playing field somewhat. I think on any other Sunday, I think I'd pick Arsenal to have. I know they've got a good package and a good. Yeah. If I wasn't on a live stream, I might be picking Arsenal.
Cass is there, man. Cass is screaming Chelsea as well. That's their team, Sean, as well. So obviously Mendy's there, Aspilicueta, Chalobah, Silva, Cucurella, Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, Mount, Sterling, Havertz, Aubameyang. So he's going quite attacking.
Oh, he's Aubameyang starting. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to call him Obama Bang anyway.
Obama Bang now.
Obama what? Obama where? Obama why? Obama no, bro. Obama,
some days things just happen. Things just happen. He's either going to have a mare or he's going to have an absolute stormer. And I've just got a little feeling that today he's going to prove a point, and I can't wait.
Does he celebrate? Hey, you man, you look. We're not even. And there's Kendall here. Don't want to say just you, man. People, does he celebrate if he scores?
Of course he fucking
better.
does.
You better rip his shirt.
If he does, I'm getting the jet to London.
Punch
tonight,
the badge.
Brother, that video, I'm not gonna lie to you. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's mine." They got him to say it. No. I saw the recording where they were like telling him what to say. He didn't have to say those words. He just smiled and just said it straight away without even thinking. So do you know what? Fuck Abba, innit? So this is what I'm saying.
No,
I reckon
he was smiling all like, you know, like when you compliment a girl and she's like, "Oh, stop it." He was like, they were like, "Oh, say, you know, nothing personal." He was like, "Oh, haha, nothing personal."
Bro, he triggered me. I'm not gonna lie. He triggered
you know what? I get it.
Out there said he better do the Adebayor and that.
The thing is, I get it, yeah, because he was Arsenal's captain. We have to remember he was their captain, and you know what? I know him and Arteta don't get on. That's clear, yeah. But Arsenal fans actually never really turned on him. They didn't turn on him. The man down tools. The man literally, yeah. Like, I actually, weirdly enough, I was watching All or Nothing yesterday. Like, the guy didn't really give much of a shit. Like, and Arsenal's fan base never turned on him, yeah. So you got your problems with Arteta. That's fine. The whole thing to Arsenal fans, I don't really get that, especially from a club captain. And when people say, "Oh, BT asked him to do it," listen, you just say, "Nah, I'm not doing that." Like,
don't you think it kind of levels?
I don't want to hear that nonsense talk. Nobody forced you, put a gun to your head to go out and say that thing.
Yeah, but it levels the playing field a little bit.
He laughed when they told him to say it, and then he said it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'll do if I was Aubameyang? Forget celebrating so hard in front of the Arsenal fans. I'll do that one. You know when you see in like League 1 and League 2, when some manager's pissed off a player and he signs for like Swindon, then he just goes and stands in front of the manager like, what? I would do that. I would just say me and Arteta
turn around, do this, do that.
I would respect that.
He needs to go and do the celebration.
I would respect that because his beef is not with Arsenal. His beef is with Arteta.
So he should just go in front of Arteta and be like, what? Arteta would be wanting to bang him, but he can't.
But don't you think that's a little bit of mind games in there? Because we know that last season, like Arteta, his head got turned a little bit when he came into the Champions League running. He ain't the best. He thinks he's a master of the mind games, and in my opinion, he's a little bit weak in that regard. So maybe I'm not going to hear all these different things going on in the background. But maybe Aubameyang is trying to like level the playing field a little bit by playing some mind games with Arteta before the game, making it about something other than just normal.
But Sean, don't you think that could potentially backfire on him? Because that video, anyhow, he has a stinker. That video is gonna get. He might be overthinking. He's got to play well in that video, real quick.
It's a roll of the dice for sure, and it could go right or wrong. If he scores a goal, he's got bragging rights for days. But if he gets sent off, or if it gets too much for him, if he does something silly. You know, who knows? But he might even entice one of your defenders to put a late tackle. It's all I'm going to say is it adds another variable and it adds another.
Let's be clear. Sorry, let's just put it out there. You mean Gabriel? When you say one of your defenders, you mean Gabriel? 100%,
100%. But like, it might change the game, and so I think it makes it really interesting. It could be nothing. It could be a big thing.
I think.
What do you think, Captain? Well, how are you?
Xhaka is your has the most red cards in it.
Yeah.
How many off him is Gabriel?
I couldn't tell you. I'd have
He's
to check.
catching up quickly, man. That guy loves it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel only had one red card for Arsenal.
I can't. I'll be honest.
Against you lot.
I've been saying 4-1. 4-1 Arsenal.
What? 2?
4-1 to Arsenal.
Oh, swear you think they're going to do him like that?
I honestly think. I honestly think at the moment. And firstly, salute to Igal. Yeah, there was a show on Igal's channel last night. It was fucking hilarious. He should have titled it. It was supposed to be him and Monster, but I think Monster didn't turn up.
Okay.
He got a load of Chelsea fans on. It was just Chelsea warring each other. Literally just going. It just summed up their fan base.
They're always on spaces fighting amongst each other all the time.
Mad, man.
That was mad last night. Yeah, those two.
I've done like 2 preview shows for Chelsea, and Chelsea fans have been trying to 8-mile us for the whole week. Like, arms are sweaty, knees be up, like trying to do like a bunny rabbit thing. Like, give us all the negatives so we can't give them any negatives. Prime's been doing it, Lewis G, all these men have been doing it, man. I know the game here. You want to play your role down. So if you by chance win the game, you'd be like, how did you lose to this shit Chelsea team and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, a bit like you're doing with the league.
I know we can't win the league. Our squad's not strong enough, bro.
Yeah. All right, B-Rabbit.
Excuses. Eh?
8 mile 2, 9 mile. What do you think this is, bro? Come on.
Now, the difference is Chelsea fans were saying that they're going to guarantee top 4 this season.
They did. That is a Latimer's thing I remember the show where Latimer's was like, we were having a debate about, or I was watching a show he was on, and the debate was if Chelsea get top 4, and Latimer's was with chest 100%. Top 4 is not an issue. 100%. There is no doubt Chelsea are getting top 4. Whereas I said yesterday, over the last couple of years, I think every season you kind of go into it. For at least the last 2 years, not sure if Chelsea will get top 4 anymore. Like, that is the realisation. And let me be clear, I'm not like, there's this chip on Chelsea's shoulder that, you know, what do you mean Chelsea won't get top 4? How dare you disrespect our 2 Champions League trophies? It's like, I'm not talking about them seasons, and I'm not even talking about this season. Chelsea, like Liverpool in many seasons, you might end up 4th, 5th, 6th in the league.
That's mad you say this, you know, because look at their points. If they lose today, yeah, Arsenal are going to be like 13 points clear. If United win, they're already 5 points. If Newcastle win, they're already
time for Chelsea right now. And we know they will spend and they will be back there. And I still think they can go on a good run in the Champions League.
I'm so sorry. It's getting mad, loud, lively in here. Everyone's starting to come in. So let me just give a brief analysis of what I think.
Go on.
So I reckon we're going to be 2-0 up come the 88th minute. And that's when Abba might get his little cheeky goal. And we'll have a struggle for the last 5 minutes. But we'll see the game away 2-1. I've never been more excited to see a Chelsea lineup than today. Cheeks is starting. Aspilicueta is starting. Like, I'm not. There's no reason for me not to be confident going into this game. Nketiah and El Neni shot up the bridge last season, so I can't see any reason why we can't shoot it up same way as this time. But I will say, if there was ever a game Chelsea wanted to play right now, it's probably Arsenal at home in the London derby.
Why? Why?
Because it gives them a reason to get charged and up for it during the week, and kind of those one-off games where they might be able to sneak a win. Because let's be honest, things aren't going well at the bridge right now, and those wins that Potter had early were papering over a lot of the cracks.
The bridge is over. The bridge is over.
You know it, bro. Big up,
Kunle, before you go, I'm not gonna lie. Kunle, one quick thing.
And Kendall, do your thing, man. Bless.
Can you hear me?
He can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. He cut out. Oh,
He can't hear you.
He wasn't interested. He was done, boys. See you later. See you later, guys.
Watch along. One Touch TV down below. Is that their channel for the watch alongs? Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
No, is it not? Tunnel
I don't
TV.
think it is.
Tunnel TV.
I'll find it out quickly.
Yeah, because they do watch alongs as well,
TV,
man. So that's again.
Nah, his channel's One Touch TV, but I think they're.
But
I don't think the watch-alongs are on there. I think the watch-alongs might be on a different channel. Let me find out.
Yeah, we'll find out, and then we'll let you guys know. Because obviously, you want energy for that. We'll definitely make sure you guys can go over to watch the watch-along. Make sure you subscribe to Spurs Talk Show, Kendall as well, and One Touch TV, which is Kunle's. But yeah, that's like you were saying. You know what? I didn't even think how big it is if Chelsea don't win. Not saying that it's going to be the life and death, but it means pressure on them, especially going into next week's game before the World Cup and that. Like, they actually need to win on 21 points right now. Kendall, how do you see this game going? And also, you've got a lot of interest in this, because if you win and they don't, you're 6 points clear of Chelsea.
And we've got them next weekend at home.
Wow. Oh, shit, it's Chelsea against you, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh, my days.
Newcastle winning that one, for sure.
At St. James's, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at St. James's, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are you going?
Yeah, got a season ticket, so I'll be there.
That's going to be major. Yeah, so you're watching this closely then, really?
Yeah, to be honest, I can just see, I know everyone's saying it, and I hear everyone saying, you know, like Chelsea somehow might do it, but nah, I just see an Arsenal win. The way Arsenal are playing this season, there's not many teams that can actually break down their system at the moment, and that system's not working against. Very much like a sort of Pep situation in terms of Pep's system adapts consistently and very rarely fails. Obviously, I don't know if this is a long-term thing. It's just what I've seen so far this season. But yeah, it's an Arsenal win for me. I don't think it's by a massive margin or anything. I'm not on like Daps' train where it's like 4-1 or anything, but I 2-1 Arsenal, I think.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for an Arsenal win as well. Do you know what I was actually going to say to the panel? Because we're going to wrap it up in a second anyway. Like, fight. Do you want to say anything that's in a sec before I go around and do predictions?
Nah. I just think the whole thing at Chelsea at the moment, they will come good. I do think, I'm not trying to say Chelsea are gone, they're washed, they're out. Like, because they have got the financial backing that they will spend big in January, I think, probably, to be fair as well. I think they'll get a few players in January. But and I do think Potter needs the right players. I don't think Potter's got the right players at the moment at all. Like, and that's not an excuse, because I know every Chelsea manager gets the same thing. Oh, you know, he hasn't got the players for his system. But for Potter, I don't think he has got the players yet. I just look at their team at the moment. I don't really. I know Thiago Silva's a leader, but I don't really. And Asper's going to play today, but you know what? I feel Asper being a leader now is a bit washed because his legs are so gone.
Yeah,
It's
you can't match the leadership with the performance, is it?
Yeah,
the excuse about Potter not having his players as well, like if you're a decent enough coach, which everyone says Potter is, and I think Potter is a decent enough coach, you get a tune out of your players. It's as simple as that. And I'm just basing it on the fact that Eddie Howe has got a tune out of players like Almiron, who I was quite happy to let go in the summer. I wasn't actually bothered if he went anywhere. Almiron, Joe Linton, who was a write-off, like just players like that, for example. Like, you've got to get a tune out of your players. You've got to find your system. He's now been in that job. I know he hasn't been in the job very long, to be fair. I think it was only, beginning of October that he took over. So I know he hasn't been in the job long, but if you're a decent enough coach, which I do think Graham Potter is, he's proved that to me, then you can figure out with these players. And people are going to pull out injury excuses, like, doing the finest Jurgen Klopp. And whatever, but I look at that team and I don't think that team's a good team personally. I don't think Chelsea have a good squad. I think they have a couple of really decent players, but across the board, I don't think it's like a strong squad at all, really.
Yeah, fair.
You put the team up, you look at it, and you just think, I'm with you. You're like, but.
Even Kovacic, you know what? I look at midfield without Kovacic, I just feel like Chelsea feel about him. Like
I think Kovacic is underrated. I say this all the time.
Massively.
Underrated midfielders in the league.
Yeah, he is. He when I don't see him there and I see Loftus, I'm like, do you know what? Arsenal were just gonna ball out today. I'm gonna go. Do you know what?
Tell me where the heart is. Tell me where the heart is in that team. Where is the heart?
Bro, it's Mason Mount.
Mason Mount, yeah, probably Mason Mount, to be fair. Yeah. Mason Mount will be up for this game because he knows this is Arsenal. This is at the Bridge right now. It is mad. How are we not going into this as favourites? Because I'm pretty certain Arsenal will be favourites. And to people like Mason Mount, he won't be happy with that. He'll be like, "Nah, fuck this. We need to."
They've got players that can do things in a moment, though, right? All you need is a moment in football. Like Sterling's capable of doing bits on the left-hand side.
He's a confidence player, man. His confidence in there at the moment.
Well, I said this a while ago on your show. I was like, I don't think Sterling's has settled in or acclimated. He's another example. And I forget who the Chelsea player was. You had a Chelsea fan you had on, but he was like, "No, Sterling's been superb." And I was like, "Really?"
He started the season well. He did start the season okay, but he's dropped off massively. For me, I always said it. I always thought Sterling would leave City for Arsenal. I thought it was written in the stars. You know?
He did.
I thought he suited Arsenal fan base. Arteta loves him.
Yeah.
And I honestly think he's picked them. I don't know if they were in for him or not, maybe, but
they got Martinelli now instead, haven't they? And Martinelli looks like twice.
Yeah, he's getting 2 years ago. Martinelli weren't who we thought he'd be today, which is why we probably thought of Sterling, and now Martinelli's stepping up. Nice. We're gonna go around the games quickly. Then we're just gonna get a couple not score predictions, but I'm gonna put my neck out on the line and say, and we did discuss Man United today. We'll say that because mainly about Chelsea and the Spurs game, but I'm gonna go Arsenal win, Man United draw, Newcastle win, and Liverpool win. They're my 4 today. That's what you're saying on them games.
Who are you guys playing, Ty?
We got Good Evening first game.
Oh.
Aston Villa.
In the fucking
stars,
look
at you perked up now, isn't it?
You are beating them. I'm sorry. Aston Villa are absolutely horrible.
New manager syndrome, Villa Park.
I don't know. Yeah, Villa turned it on when Gerrard got fired. Who did they beat? Who did they beat in their next game? They smashed
Brentford. St James's Park. Did they even show up? They had 3 shots all game. That was it.
Kendall, Villa Park, man.
And Ty, the last time you played this man.
Oh, you had that. You know what?
He found that quick, didn't he?
You know how sharp your brain is sometimes.
Check the thumbnail. Check the thumbnail. It's on there.
He goes quiet.
Thumbnail last night, and
when Daps' face dips down, he's a dip dapper. He dips down here, and you know he's going to come out with something. He's coming out with something fun.
I just think it's written in the stars. Your first game, his first game,
Daps, you know, me and you think the same. When it's a manager's first game away from home, Cass is like, I'm negative, but me and you think the same. You're just thinking the worst, like you know.
100. I always do, man. Yeah. And someone put in the WhatsApp group yesterday. when City were playing, I was like, yeah, no. I even said Haaland's going to miss this, right? And someone said,
Yeah.
Daps, why are you so negative? And when he scored, I said, I'm not. I'm looking after my mental health, right? I set my expectations so they never.
Bro, that's me, man. Cass, you're gonna get hurt today. If Ollie Watkins or Danny Ings gets a penalty, we just know it's a long day, man. But it's good. Do you know what? For us, I'll be honest with you. I know we got a bit under the radar. We haven't spoken of too much. But if we do win today, obviously that would be like another big win that would take us potentially above Spurs, potentially above Newcastle. But we've got a game in hand in these teams. So
You're not getting above Tottenham today. You've got
no. But look, can I just say,
it keeps us in touch. It does. We've got to be real.
I'm about an hour. To be honest, yeah, I did say I can't remember what channel it was. I don't think people should rule out Man United getting second.
I think we can get third.
No chance.
No, it's just. I'm sorry, but second place, you're up against Tottenham, and people would say at the moment probably up against Tottenham and Arsenal. Yeah, like I think Ten Hag, is to say that you can't do it is underrating Ten Hag for me.
Yeah, I think
he's
Arsenal
overrated.
Are most complete, but I think Tottenham are not that consistent. Chelsea are not that consistent. Liverpool are doing what they're doing, and we're getting better under Ten Hag every single game. We're keeping clean sheets. Yeah. We're keeping the ball better. We're going to win the Europa League this year. What else? You know what I mean? I like that. He's giving me a taste of what it feels like to kiss the trophy. But do you know what? A real talk, man. I do like what Ten Hag's doing, and I think if other teams keep just not being consistent around us, I think we could potentially finish third. But you know what? If we want to finish third, we have to beat teams like Villa today. Do you get what I mean? It's got to match up. Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
To go back on what I said, I don't think you're going to beat Villa today. So maybe you won't get second, but I'm just saying you still could be. I don't think you win today. I think Villa. Yeah.
Thank you, Dad. I get you get this. You get the psychological.
Is your lover back?
I'm cool, but Emery first game, all this. I just hate this shit, and it's always.
Is your boyfriend back in the team?
I don't know. I'm going to look after this, you know.
See, he doesn't even play it down. He's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I got a feeling there's going to be some
He got up early, went to work.
I've got him close by my heart anyway, if not, so it's all right, man.
There's going to be some VAR controversy at Villa Park today, I feel.
Yeah, there is, and it's going to go against us, Sean, so cheers.
Well, it's going to go one way or the other, but I feel like there's going to be one of those moments where everyone's talking about it. Like, VAR spoiled the game. You know.
Where you going then, Daps? So we'll go around the scores then. So what are you going? Predictions? So just say Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Villa. It's at Villa. Then Tottenham, Spurs, and Southampton, Newcastle.
Right. So Newcastle win. Villa, United draw. I'm gonna say Tottenham win, and I'm gonna say Arsenal win.
Yeah, fair. Okay, nice. Sean.
Newcastle win. Liverpool, Tottenham draw, Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea win, and United, Villa. I think United scrape it 2-1 or something, but I think there'll be like it'll be because of a disgusting decision from the ref.
I'll take that. Kendall, what about you?
I think Spurs, Liverpool, draw. I think Arsenal beat Chelsea. I think Newcastle beat Southampton and Man United beat Villa.
Okay, nice. And in the comments here, big up D1. No, Kulusevski, I think, is likely to be on the bench. Sean said it earlier in the show as well. 3-1 Arsenal. We've got Maguire masterclass if he starts up front. I love that. But I don't know what's going on the other day. We've got Cass here, says Chelsea, United, draw, Tottenham, and Southampton win. Okay, so first Southampton we're here. Okay. Draw, United. Big up, Reedy. I love that, man. It's nice to see you smiling again, man, after a couple wins, Reedy, man. Love that.
For real. What a goal, by the way. The Tillemans goal.
Bro, his striking is a joke.
So sick.
And he's a free transfer next year. He could be someone that even Newcastle, anyone look at. United, Spurs.
Yeah, Arsenal.
You know what I mean?
And Newcastle want Madison, man.
Tottenham want Madison as well. If you were Madison right now, would you go to Tottenham or would you go to Newcastle if the money was the same and the salary was the same?
Hold on, you can't do that because the money won't be the same. Okay, like you can't throw these caveats. Like that's like saying, who would you go to?
What's more of a draw?
Hold on, who would you go to if Tottenham have won the league and Newcastle haven't? It won't happen. Yeah, Newcastle will pay more money. Right?
Okay, fair enough. So you think you'll go to Newcastle?
And I think Tillemans goes for money, 100%.
No, I'm saying Madison, not Tillemans, Madison.
Oh, I think Maddison seems like the type that would like a night out in Newcastle as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Definitely.
He'd run at Grealish. Him and Grealish. He'd be inviting Grealish up for a weekend. He'd smooth things over with Almiron and say, "Listen, Grealish is my boy. He's gonna come up. We're going out on the tube." Right.
Love that. Before we go as well, just a quick plug as well. Don't forget, guys, you can become a member of the channel on Never a Foul. We've got over 20 members already. So, guys, if you want to join that, the link is down below. Members Discord, member shout out, which I'm going to do now. I'm going to fly through these names as quick as possible and show respect. Callum, Roms, Usman, Brianna, Majis, Daniel, Chelsea OG, Bailey, Spurs Talk Show, hey, Sid, PK, MCSC, Jamie Phillips, Mike G, Dan, THFC, Blue Larson, AK The Legend, Monts from Big Sixpence, BR, SQD, Claudio, Solo, and Mama Flossie. So big up everyone that's become a member so far within the first few days. Massively appreciate it. And don't forget, guys, I always say that this is optional. Everything that's going to stay on the channel, we still get your content and we still value as much as ever. Tonight as well, we've got Cass back with a kind of a new concept we're going to do. So we do the rivals, not virals before. But after the games, we thought, you know what, let's add something for that Sunday night while people want to talk about the games and that. So after the games today, Cass will be live with a great panel again. So make sure you lock in for that one.
What time's that? Do you know?
I think it's going to be at 9 o'clock.
Okay, cool. Also, I've just put the link in the live chat for the channel that Kunle's on. It is called, for those that can't see, it's called Tunnel TV Media.
Yeah, Tunnel TV. I thought so. Yes, a Tunnel TV for the watch along there. That'll be a great show. You can see their reactions right there.
That game starts in 10 minutes, does it?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah. So,
wow.
Sports Talk, Spurs Talk Show down below. That's Sean's channel, guys. So make sure you go and subscribe. And Kendall's down below as well, guys. If you want to just plug anything you've got coming out or anything, feel free. Or if you haven't, obviously it's up to you.
No, same stuff for me at the moment.
Yeah, lovely. You going to the game? Did you say as well? If you finally
no, I'm not, man. Like they still haven't sent me the tickets. So I'll be doing a watch along on the Irish Hotspur if anyone is interested.
Oh, okay, perfect. There you go. Love that, man. Big up. And Kendall, thank you so much for coming on. Anything you want to plug apart from you're going to get 3 points today?
It's nice to think that actually. No, we've got another overlap tomorrow, so that's getting filmed tomorrow. So that should be out next week at some point, which will be really, really good. Because I actually can gloat a little bit this time. It's normally a bit depressing for me.
They're going to give you. I guarantee you're going to get more attention than any other overlap you've been on. Trust me. They're going to be
probably.
Yeah,
just because we're a little bit relevant now, which
I know. You see their agenda can't run anymore. So irrelevancy. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. Will Mr. Neville have his agenda against oil clubs?
Well,
will that come up?
Did you see the sorry, just quickly, did you not see that MP show, whatever it is, you know, that Question Time, whatever? Gary Neville was on it. Did you see them challenging him? Yeah, do you see them challenging Gary Neville, like being sarcastically with him about why you go into there? And
well, to be fair, every time I go there since the takeover, I've been asked about it. So tomorrow, I'm going to get my own back, and I'm going to ask Gary about it tomorrow. I guarantee I actually probably won't be allowed. Because they'll say no, we don't want to go in that direction. But
of course they don't.
Yeah,
they're American owned. They won't want to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be. Big up D1 as well in the comments. I see that he says you forgot the West Ham Palace game. We're just doing the main games, but I'll be honest with you, that one could be 0-0. I'm not really. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
There's a lot of games today, isn't it? West Ham Palace. West Ham win. West Ham win.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, it's gonna be a low score. But guys, 10 minutes before all the games start. So big up everyone that's been watching. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe on your way out. Also, like I say, Spurs Talk Show, Kendall's channel down below. Make sure you go and show them love every single time. Sunday morning. Everyone enjoy their day. We're out.